night on the Big East Digital Network presented by SoFi. Today from Cincinnati, Ohio, Xavier University and Cintas Center, the St. John's Red Storm visits the Xavier Musketeers. Welcome courtside, I'm Mike Schmaltz alongside the voluminous basketball mind of Rich Hoyt. Interesting matchup for us here tonight, Rich. Musketeers have started out 0-2 in conference. They've got a core of 5 sophomores driving the bus for Brian Neal. St. John's started out 5-1, but 2-4 in their last 6.
Yeah, Xavier really played well at times during this non-conference season with the young team that Brian Neal has. They're defending well. They're giving up only 38% from the field. They're scoring much more than they did last season. They're up to about 69 points a game, which is an increase of 11. Very similar for St. John's, a young team, not as deep of a team, but very defensive-minded, a typical Joe Tartamella team. They're just giving up 57 points per game. I expect a very low-scoring affair this evening.
And typical for the Red Storm, the point guard, a very important piece of the system for Joe Tartamella.
Yeah, she's the key tonight. Tiana England for St. John. She's the key most nights, and Joe Tartamella will tell you that. Those numbers, 6 assists per game, lead the Big East.
And for the Musketeers, we mentioned the sophomores, one having a great start to the year, Ariana Gray.
Yeah, Ariana Gray's having a great sophomore season, averaging a double-double. Those 10 rebounds per game leads the Big East Conference.
So a good matchup here tonight. Both teams looking for some consistency here in the early going in Big East play. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. So for St. John's, Rich Hoyt, some core players, but taking on some different roles this season. Lisa Kaby and Quadasha Hoppy, last year's freshman of the year in the Big East.
Yeah, Hoppy, a very productive player for Joe Tartamella. You know, you look at Kurtiana Brelove, transfer from VCU, really one of the 2 true post players that Tartamella will use.
Brelove, a big-time chance to have an impact in this situation with a shorter bench for St. John's. And for the Musketeers, 2 outside threats, Deja Ross, Lauren Wasselson, and then a great guard combination, really 2 point guards, Aaliyah Dunham and T. Owens.
Yeah, Aaliyah Dunham and T. Owens, and Brian Neal's going to throw Princess Stewart in there later on as well. You're going to have 3 primary ball handlers that he can use. We'll talk about that throughout the evening. Ball handling for the Musketeers has been solid.
It's a deeper Musketeer team than it's been in previous seasons. Brian Neal has some more confidence in it. Again, it's all going to come back to consistency really for both sides. Joe Tartamella said his team looking for some better offensive rhythm of late, and the Musketeers had a great fourth quarter against the Villanova Wildcats on the road, came back for 29 points down, scored 32 points in that quarter. But can it carry over is the question.
Yeah, can it carry over? Brian Neal is going to tell you he's not happy they were down 29 to begin with. In that game against Villanova, out of anybody in the Big East Conference, you think that you can't come back against somebody. It's going to be Villanova, just the style that they play. But Xavier did a great job of turning them over.
Get a good look at the St. John's bench. Joe Tartamella there on your right in his 6th season. And for the Musketeers, Brian Neal counters in his 6th season as well. Cameron Inouye, Luis Gonzalez, and Kevin Bethel are our officials here tonight. A great crew for this matchup and a critical one early in Big East play. Kurtiana Brelove will jump center circle against Ariana Gray. And Xavier in the home whites wins the tip. First possession of the Musketeers.
We'll see a lot of man-to-man for both teams tonight.
We asked Joe Tartamella, due to his depth situation, if he'd go to maybe a little bit more zone. He said he doesn't like to go zone. He thinks he has the personnel to match up quite well throughout the Big East, straight up in man.
Well, when you go more zone, you're more apt to foul, I think, more in the man situations.
And a turnover off the bat for the Musketeers as T. Owens trying to find some room inside. Xavier coming out full court pressure, trying to slow down this Red Storm offense. St. John's wanting to score in transition, a little more deliberate in the half court, but they will pick their spots when they want to run.
It's going to be interesting to see how much Brian Neal picks up full court, see if that will be a factor against St. John's depth.
Good toss inside. England getting right to it with her first assist and finds Kurtiana Brelove on the right block and a foul against the Musketeers. One going to go against Deja Ross.
Strong move by Brelove right off the bat. You look at Xavier's keys to the game there. The backcourt, I think, is going to be extremely important. When Aaliyah Dunham, T. Owens play well, the Musketeers usually play well.
Brelove 67% from the line for the season, knocks in the first, and it's a 3-point Red Storm lead. Red Storm going to reciprocate here with full court pressure against the Musketeers.
Yeah, a little, looks like 1-2-2, three-quarter court pressure. Both teams really not looking to trap out of it.
Good dish inside for Ariana Gray and beats Alicia Cavey to the right block, and the Musketeers on the board.
Really good execution of that pick and roll, and a great roll by Ariana Gray. We see her ability to finish around the basket.
Breedlove on the run for St. John's, gets to the right block. Shot will go up and in, and Breedlove fouled again. So Breedlove going to get back to the free throw line. Actually going to call that an offensive foul. So change that and switch it back to a foul against Kurtiana Breedlove, the first for St. John's. Get a good look there at Brian Neal, his 6th season here with the Musketeers. Trying to make a deeper impact. Best season so far for Xavier in conference was 8-10 back in 2015-16. 7 combined victories in the last 2 seasons for the Musketeers. So now we put Breedlove back to the free throw line. So it looked like the Musketeers inbounded. They did reverse the call. So Kurtiana Breedlove going to have a chance for a second three-point play.
I would say there was some confusion there, both sides.
Usually the confusion on our part here on the side, so it's nice to see.
That's why we're
maybe
over
the
here.
officials miss one every once in a while. So now a 4-point edge as Breedlove now 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Here comes T. Owens. Leave it up top for Lauren Wasselson. Good look here for Ariana Gray, trying to show some versatility. Hits from outside.
Yeah, versatility, and she's shown signs that she can shoot that. Has been inconsistent with the perimeter shot at time. Consistent on the boards, though.
Good drive to the other end. St. John's answers again, and that's Akina Well-Air, one of the experienced players returning, a 5'11 senior.
And see, I'm not sure about this full court pressure by Xavier. I think St. John's is the type of team where you can sit back in a half court and make them shoot jump shots. And Xavier giving up layups right now.
Lauren Wasselson, the freshman, pulls the trigger. She's 46% from three-point range entering tonight.
She has had a fantastic start to her freshman season. Outstanding shooter. You mentioned, Mike, if you see a 3 go up.
That's Alicia Cavey on the answer, and a great screen to set that shot up. St. John's out to the 6-point edge. KB with 8 double-figure scoring games this season, 38 for the career. There's Ariana Gray launching from 3. Xavier comes up empty. Big rip here for Shamakia Duncan.
Not a good shot by Ariana Gray. It was a heat check shot and not a good one at all.
Good kick to the corner and Well-Air. Can't get it to go. Ball out and off St. John's. And the Musketeers will have it back. So here comes Princess Stewart on for the Musketeers. Princess Stewart appearing in her 6th game of the season. This is the non-conference portion. Along with Allie Rife. Allie Rife, a 5'11 sophomore, averaging 5 points a game, had a big 21-point effort against Bowling Green State.
Brian Neal going to a small lineup. Ari Gray, the tallest player out there for the Musketeers at this point. Of course, Deja Ross with 2 early fouls. He's going to have to rotate maybe a little bit differently than normal with one of his bigs on the bench.
Leah Dunham inside for Ari Gray. Gray gets it up and over Breedlove, so a good look inside for the Musketeers to get it back to 4.
And Ari Gray has been aggressive early on offensively.
One of the signs for Brian Neal here today is whether or not Xavier can get that second pass inside. So if we're going in, we're getting one shot and it's getting blocked, it's not going to be a good night for Xavier. Some good ball movement there and a good early sign for the Musketeer head coach. England with a pull-up, can't get it to go. Breedlove, good discipline rebound to kick it back out. Badasha Happy turns it over. T. Owens on a run for Xavier. Good pass in transition, and Princess Stewart can't finish. Tiana England charges back with a rebound. Well-Air, a travel in space, and it'll give it back to the Musketeers.
Key opportunity there for Xavier to try to create some offense off of their defense. Princess Stewart not able to finish, but they get a break. And usually some of those occasions when you miss an easy shot like that, it's usually the first pass to a layup at the other end for the other team, but St. John's can't convert either.
Drew Tartamella bringing Kayla Charles on, 6'3" sophomore forward.
Yeah, we've seen St. John's pick up full court. Is Allie Rife going to put one up?
Good ball fake there, and a rebound off the miss for Alicia Cavey.
But really what Joe Tartamella is trying to do, he didn't want his team to have to sit and guard in the half court for a full 30 seconds of a shot clock. So trying to just slow things down a little bit.
Inside there for Charles, off-balance shot. And they're going to call that an offensive foul against the sophomore. So give her one and the second for St. John's to even the slate here in the first quarter.
Charles has had a really nice start to early part of her season as well. She has rebounded the ball extremely well.
Tara Floyd on now for the Musketeers. She'll handle here in the full court pressure. Tara Floyd, a very highly sought recruit out of high school. Ran into some knee injuries late in her high school career and here at Xavier. Didn't play at all last season, now coming back, but she has an excellent three-point touch.
Yeah, you'll see her skill level. Brian Neal will use her kind of in spots throughout the game tonight, and she can shoot the basketball. You can see her skill level bring the ball up the floor as well against pressure.
Early shot there for Princess Stewart, and the shot clock came up empty. Ball inside, good catch for Well-Air. Almost was fouled, able to put it in from the left side.
Good execution, nice seal by Well-Air.
St. John's off to a 71% start from the floor. Ball tipped away there, almost a steal there for Well-Air. Brings up a timeout on the floor. St. John's out to an early 6-point lead over the Xavier Musketeers.
Welcome into the Big East studios, the Butler Bulldogs guard Whitney Jennings and center Tori Schickel. Thank you so much for joining me, and Happy New Year.
Absolutely, Happy New Year.
With wins over Villanova and Georgetown this weekend, your team is off to your first ever 2-0 start in conference play. How does this undefeated start show the growth of this Butler squad?
Yeah, I mean, I think
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
Mike Schmaltz-Detroit back with you on the Big East Digital Network, presented by SoFi tonight from Cincinnati. The St. John's Red Storm with an early 6-point lead over the Xavier Musketeers. Great start from the floor tonight for Joe Tartamella and his Red Storm at 71%. Brian Neal trying to get his Musketeers a little bit more consistent. They start out 3 of 8 from the floor.
Yeah, St. John's has really capitalized off of the pressure that Xavier has extended early on. It'll be interesting to see how much Brian Neal sticks with that. Maybe that's what he's talking about right there in your screenshot. But Ariana Gray with the great start for the Musketeers.
Got the end of the Xavier shoot-around today, and Brian Neal, last words to his team was bring your attitude here tonight. He sensed an opportunity. Joe Tartamella trying to keep the gears rolling for the Red Storm. Xavier's D'Artagnan and the Blue Blob on hand here tonight. So Musketeers trying to score a little early victory here in conference after going 0-2 on last season's season opening trip to Georgetown and Villanova. Red Storm dropped that decision to Seton Hall. We'll see them back here on Sunday. Seton Hall going to be a contender again in the conference. Good post play early for Tony Bozzella.
Yeah, Tony Bozzella's team scoring a lot of points, put up 77 against St. John's. Joe Tartamella said, if you would have told me we would have scored 67 points against Seton Hall, I would have been pleased. It was the 77 he was not pleased about. Obviously, St. John's a solid defensive team, and that just it says a lot about Seton Hall and what Tony Bozzella's team is doing at the offensive end.
So layup inside for Kerry Gross, the Musketeer freshman, coming right off the bench to contribute.
Kerry Gross with the little Vinnie Johnson microwave action right off the bench, heating up early.
Xavier likes her athleticism, big upside. Thinks she's going to be one of the better Big East athletes as her career matures. Here's Air inside, taking on traffic. Shot short and a big rebound down for Tierra Floyd.
Well defended by Allie Rife.
Leah Dunham, one of the quick Musketeer guards. Leaves it off for Princess Stewart, and Stewart commits the offensive foul. Third foul for the Musketeers here in the quarter, the first for Stewart.
It was a really nice job by Alicia Caby sliding over there, and we'll see Princess Stewart, just one dribble too many as she attacks here. Caby right there, perfect position. Stewart had the kick pass. Musketeers deliver it.
1-2-2 pressure there with Ariana Gray, the athlete out front. Good work by St. John's to get into the offense. 17 to shoot, plenty of time. England going to take it from the left block. That ball was tipped up and in. Looks like Ariana Gray got a piece of it for the Musketeers. Kayla Charles gets the bucket.
Now that's Charles's game right there. She's not going to score a ton inside with her back to the basket. She's going to go get offensive rebounds, and you see the tip there.
Carrie Gross on for her 13th appearance of the season. And a double dribble up front. And there's the inconsistency that Brian Neal was speaking about. I asked him, now your sophomores are a little bit deeper into their second season. Do you expect some of that to taper back? He said he sure hope so. But you see signs like that, and an easy turnover gives it back to St. John's and a chance to build on this lead.
Yeah, those unforced ones are really what disturb you as a coach.
3 turnovers for each side so far. St. John's with a big 5 advantage on the rebounding, 7-2. Carrie Gross came up with a steal and a reach in there. Call that against Kayla Charles, actually away from the basketball.
Yeah, I think they got Charles on Gross there after she came up with the steal, and that's 2 on Charles, and a short bench already for St. John's. As we've talked about, really 2 primary post players for St. John's with both Bree Love and Charles, and you got one of them on the bench.
9 available players for Joe Tartamella. It's a new situation for him. Ask him if this is the slimmest margin of error with which he's played, and he said that'd be about right.
Yep.
Ball up top. Here's T. Owens for 3 with 4 and a shot clock, and Owens steps in and drains it. One of the Musketeer veterans, a junior. Transition opportunity there, and a great one denied by Akina Well-Air Travel.
Well, Air Travel's there, but Joe Tartamella told us that one thing that he's trying to get his team to do, struggled offensively, is try to score more in transition, and really they're had more opportunities tonight against Xavier than we've seen in a while.
T. Owens, good dish there for Carrie Gross, and that one denied by Breelove. Breelove trying to finish on the other end, left it short, and Ariana Gray away with the rebound for the Musketeers. Dunham stops the dribble, needs help from T. Owens. Xavier settles in with 17 to shoot. Quick 3 there for Dunham, and she connects. It's tied it up for the Musketeers.
Well, Leah Dunham was an outstanding 3-point shooter last season, her freshman year, shooting about 40%. This year she struggled there. See Well-Air unguarded. 2
threes in 46 seconds, and Xavier right back to even. And a good drive there for Akina Well-Air, puts St. John's back in front.
Yeah, Xavier just looks confused right now, and with their extended pressure a little bit and having some challenges matching up. Even when they're not getting, even when St. John's is not getting layups off of that, they look comfortable in the half court.
Dunham looking for more, soft off the back iron, it won't go. Rebound out in transition for Kadeja Bailey. And Bailey able to knock it in from the right block, the freshman from Long Beach, New York.
Kadeja Bailey, preseason Big East Freshman of the Year. Very talented player. Joe Tartamella likes her ability to score in transition.
Here's Wasselson with a wide open look from the foul line and can't convert. Rebound off and running now with Well-Air. Sets up for England. She can't deliver, and a rebound there for T. Owens. Warren Wasselson out front. There's only one game this season in which she is not connected on a three for the Musketeers.
That's
There's a
kick.
good look at one here. Wasselson knocks it down.
That's Lauren Wasselson's game right there. One of the top three-point shooters, especially freshmen in Big East and in the entire country. Really two of the finest freshmen in the Big East Conference in this game tonight with Bailey and Wasselson.
Breelove goes inside, rejected there by Ariana Gray, and Leah Dunham on the run for Xavier. Good
Nice
kick
pass.
inside for Ariana Gray, and then can't make the layup.
All right, Gray's got to work on that left hand, left side, put that right shoulder into the defender.
Gray certainly had a great start to the season, but there you see one of her weaknesses, rushes it just a bit at times.
Well, she plays so hard, and that equates to so fast sometimes that she does get in a rush, and it's kind of an art to scoring inside, and it comes with a lot of patience.
Deja Ross, Princess Stewart back on for the Musketeers, along with Tierra Floyd and the freshman Maddie Johnson. Maddie Johnson from Mater Dei High School out in California, a teammate to Katie Lou Samuelson in her high school time. Last shot of the first quarter, no good there for St. John's, and the Musketeers down one to the Red Storm at the end of one. Musketeers doing it in transition with Lauren Wasselson from three.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
One voice, one heart, one beat. As we say, we are one. You ready? Let's go.
This is who we are.
We are the hardest working group of people I've ever met in my entire life.
This is bigger than just the game.
You made the jersey better than when you found it. That means you left your mark.
That's the Big East way.
1, 2, 3.
Together!
The 2019 Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena.
Mike Schmaltz, Rich Hoyt back with you at Cintas Center on the Big East Digital Network for a good one here after quarter number one. St. John's with a 1-point lead over the Xavier Musketeers. There you see Ari Gray, the leading scorer in the game. St. John's had a 6-point lead with 7:56 to go in the quarters. Musketeers got right from three-point range, went 4 of 7 in that first quarter.
Yeah, Ari Gray, a nice job in keeping Xavier in this one and just having such a productive sophomore season. We talked about her leading the conference in rebounding at over 10 a game. I think she's been a lot more efficient offensively. We saw it in the first quarter. She's shooting 46% on the season, and that was 36% last season. So much more productivity out of the sophomore from Cleveland.
3 of 5 from the floor, 1 of 2 from behind the arc. 10 double-figure scoring games this season, 6 double-doubles already. Pull up there for Hoppy is in and out. Princess Stewart away with it for the Musketeers.
Solid defensive half-court possession by Xavier that time. Brian Neal's got to go to that more often.
T. Owens leaves it up top for Deja Ross. Ross with a drive off balance, let that go out of bounds. And that'll go back to St. John's. Alicia Cabey going to check back in here for the Red Storm. You see a lot of substitutions here for the Musketeers. That's not due directly to the short bench for St. John's. Brian Neal's been using a bunch of different combinations throughout the season.
Yeah, interesting. He goes back with Deja Ross here in the second quarter with 2 fouls, but I think Deja Ross is the type of player you got to get her involved. Outstanding shooter, good defender as well.
Pull up there for Breelove, short rebound off for Tierra Floyd and Xavier. 3 for Owens. That one a quick hitter. Rebound away for Bailey. In transition, coast to coast, and lays that one home.
That's her game. Kadeja Bailey, the freshman, likes to get it out and go.
Dunham handles for the Musketeers. Princess Stewart draws KB out, drives around her, and a layup won't fall on Alicia KB off of the rebound. Corner 3 there for Wellaire is good. And a big connection for the Red Storm to get that lead back to 6.
Now, this is not a St. John's team that's going to make a whole lot of three-pointers, but a couple of them here in the first half so far for the Red Storm.
Wellaire is 19% for the season. That was her 8th 3 of the campaign. Xavier a bit more deliberate. Good isolation there for T. Owens. Got it to the rim and couldn't get it to go. Tierra Floyd had a shot at the rebound, but it's away with the crafty Tiana England. So that good dish there for England. Gonna drive it here, left Tierra Floyd in the dust and laid it home.
Outstanding move by Tiana England, and you are right.
18 points in the paint now for St. John's.
Well, they're just getting easy shots. They're getting anything they want.
Princess Stewart trying to answer another point-blank miss by the Musketeers. So a rebound off for KB. England coming downhill again. Good left-hander this time. That in and out. Tierra Floyd away with Xavier's rebound.
It's a great move by England again. Just couldn't finish with that left hand.
Here's Tierra Floyd launching from 3, and that one way off the mark. That was with 19 seconds left on the shot clock. Xavier with some quick triggers. What do you think of that procedure there for the Musketeers?
It just seems like Xavier's just trying to speed the game up, and both offensively and not passing as much as we've seen before, and then also with their full court pressure, and it's not working.
Timeout here for the Musketeers as Brian Neal trying to settle down his troops. St. John's out to a 26-18 lead. And we'll take a break and be back with more here on the Big East Digital Network, presented by SoFi.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
One voice, one heart, one beat, As we say, we are one. You ready? Let's go.
This is who we are.
We are the hardest working group of people I've ever met in my entire life.
This is bigger than just the game.
You made the jersey better than when you found it. That means you left your mark.
That's the Big East way.
1, 2, 3.
The 2019 Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena.
Back here at Xavier St Center on the Big East Digital Network, presented by SoFi St. John's, with a spurt here to start quarter number 2, out to an 8-point lead, its largest of the evening.
Largest of the evening. Akina Wellaire has had a lot to do with that, Mike. She's got 9 points on 4 of 6 shooting, has made 1 3-pointer, and her next basket is going to be her 1,000th point for her career, just 2 away from 1,000. Has had a really outstanding career and really one of the most important players for Joe Tartamella's ball club. Senior out of Chicago, averaging 34 minutes per game. So just the amount of time that Tartamella has her in there just goes to show how important she is.
And that was her first 3 of the night, point number 999 on that last clip.
Xavier almost went zone there to start the possession, switched it up man.
KB got the shot. Here's the turnaround and the block for Wellaire, and 1,000 for the career right there.
Yeah, she earned that one. Went and got the offensive rebound and the finish.
Congratulations to Akina Wellaire for the Red Stone. Drive inside there for T. Owens. Leave it up top.
Outstanding defense by St. John's, and T. Owens just, as the shot clock winding down, makes a play out of it.
Good answer there for the Musketeers. See the 1,000 point mark there for Akina Wellaire here tonight. Great career and some to go. There's England getting tripped up inside, and that foul going to go against the Musketeers. Princess Stewart picks it up for Xavier. That's her second. First for Xavier here in the quarter. Kerry Gross comes back on for Xavier along with Aaliyah Dunham. T. Owens, Princess Stewart come out. Akina Wellaire goes off for St. John's.
Talked about
Talked
about Princess Stewart really providing some punch for Xavier. She struggled early on. Xavier going to get the ball back here, but Stewart 0 for 4 with a couple turnovers and now on the bench with 2 fouls.
Ball comes in here for Aaliyah Dunham. Dunham with a good crossover there at midcourt. Gets around Bailey, so some length up top defensively for Joe Tartamella.
Leah Dunham, really solid point guard, though, for the Musketeers. Has not turned the ball over much. 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio.
Right, looking inside here for Gray. Has a position. Can she finish? Good move with the body. Breedlove, excellent defensive effort. And a rebound off for KB. Here's England kicking to the right side for Hoppy, and a 3's good for the Red Storm.
Yeah. St. John's has done an outstanding job tonight of getting the ball out in transition.
Ariana Gray answers from 3. So Gray to double digits. First for Xavier here tonight.
Ari Gray's been really good so far.
Bailey driving inside. Kicks it off the back iron. That won't fall. Collects back out for Hoppy. Great patience there by the Red Storm. There's a maturity that maybe the Musketeers don't display it sometimes.
Xavier switching to a zone in the middle of the possession.
Pull up here for Hoppy. That's off the glass. Just missed. And a rebound off for Ariana Gray. Out for Leah Dunham. Right with the ball fake. Gets to the right block and left it short. Tiana England now races away with a rebound. England, nice teardrop from the center of the lane, falls, and St. John's extends the lead back to 10.
Now that's 11 fast break points for St. John's. A third of their points have come in transition.
Tiana England with 4 now on the even. Here's Kerry Gross from the top of the key. That's a 2.
Xavier's making jump shots right now.
Breelove on a nice transition basket on a nice dish from Kadesha Hoppy.
Xavier has had time and time again, just has not done a good enough job of getting back and defending.
Ball comes inside for Ariana Gray, and that one left short. A little technical difficulty there with our audio.
Xavier having some technical difficulty with their transition defense right now.
Inside here for Allie Rife, and that's exactly what Brian Neal's looking for, the interior pass to Ariana Gray. Gray's left a few short from point-blank range. Knocks it in from the free throw line. Musketeers have struggled from the free throw line this season. Xavier into tonight 10th in the conference at 63%.
Yeah, it's interesting because they're shooting the ball much better this season from the field as Xavier, but not from the free throw line.
Gray goes 2 for 2 from the stripe, give her 12 on the evening. Xavier with an 8. Here comes Kadesha Hoppy.
Xavier back to that zone we saw them go to in the middle of that last possession St. John's had.
Ball goes inside there for Breelove. Good turnaround there on Stewart. Pretty staunch defense for Xavier, and T. Owens away with a rebound. Owens going up against Bailey. Owens trying to force it inside. Can't get it to go. Tierra Floyd's put back too strong. Hoppy away with a rebound. Musketeers again seem to be rushing it on the putbacks. St. John's taking advantage with disciplined play inside. Breelove left that one just a bit long.
Breelove's getting in some good spots to finish around the basket. Hasn't always converted. Does have 8 points. Xavier just really stagnant offensively. Hasn't moved the ball like we've seen at times this season.
Good move inside for T. Owens dribbling around the back and then lost the basketball. And a turnover there for the Musketeers. This is Xavier's 4th turnover. Musketeers have been plagued by turnovers a couple of times this season. Doing a pretty good job here tonight with just 4 as we approach 2 minutes to play here in the first half.
It's a 3-2 zone by Xavier.
KB rolls it outside. Bailey with a good drive and left that one short. Got some contact. Big rebound for KB in traffic. Shot clock reset. Hoppy going to try a 3. That one off, and Maddie Johnson down with a rebound for Xavier. Musketeers looking for an answer. Get back-to-back threes in 46 seconds for a 6-0 run to even it up at 18 in the first quarter. Dunham's drive, left short. KB away with another rebound. St. John's continues to dominate on the boards, 23-15.
A lot of 1 and 2 pass possessions for Xavier.
KB with a wide open lane and can't get that one to fall. Johnson away with a rebound. Dunham got in trouble there in a baseline and able to throw it out when ricochets off well air. 35-27 St. John's. Flurry of substitutions as Breelove comes back on for KB.
It's going to be a really interesting minute 19, Mike. We'll see if Xavier, a basket or two will really kind of spin some momentum back their way. If St. John's can get a basket or two, extend their lead, they'll certainly have the momentum. Key stretch here.
Princess Stewart handles for the Musketeers. Step back from the free throw line, won't go. Maddie Johnson trying to wrestle up the rebound against Will-Air. Ball out off St. John's.
Great hustle play by Maddie Johnson.
Johnson battling for some more minutes here in this Musketeer lineup. Averaging just 8. This is her 11th appearance of the campaign. Wasselson, a 3-point threat in this lineup. Johnson Guarded out there by Air. Here's a three from Princess Stewart, back iron. Rebound tipped out great to Owens, and Owens gonna launch. Got it! T. Owens connects for the Musketeers, and Xavier within 5.
Big 2 offensive rebounds by Xavier. You know, St. John's had done such a good job on the boards all half. And Xavier doubles their offensive rebounds for the half right there in that one possession.
6 threes out of the 11 makes for the Musketeers in the first half, and that's been a remedy for Brian Neal. So here's England, 6 to shoot. Back for England, long 3 away with 1 on the shot clock. That one off the back iron, and great job to hustle up the rebound by Khadijah Bailey. St. John's will have the last shot here. Screen for England, great drive, kick. Here's Happy, 3 won't go. Ball tipped away, it expires the clock. And the Musketeers with a late 3, back within 5 of the St. John's Red Storm. St. John's shoots 42% from the floor in the first half. The Musketeers 32%, but 6 big threes from Xavier helps them hang around.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of offensive action, surprisingly, tonight. Ariana Gray for Xavier. St. John's as well, leading it by 5 at the half.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
One voice, one heart, one beat. As we say, we are one. You ready? Let's go.
This is who we are.
We are the hardest working group of people I've ever met in my entire life.
This is bigger than just the game.
You made the jersey better than when you found it. That means you left your mark.
That's the Big East way.
1, 2, 3.
Together!
The 2019 Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena.
Back here at Cintas Center, a tight one in round 2 of Big East play here. Xavier trailing the St. John's Red Storm 35-30 after an entertaining first half. Let's send it back to Big East headquarters, and Megan Caffrey has a discussion with Tori Schickel and Whitney Jennings about the Butler Bulldogs' 10-1 start to the campaign.
Welcome into the Big East studios, the Butler Bulldogs guard Whitney Jennings and center Tori Schickel. Thank you two so much for joining me, and Happy New Year.
Absolutely. Happy New Year.
With wins over Villanova and Georgetown this weekend, your team is off to your first ever 2-0 start in conference play. How does this undefeated start show the growth of this Butler squad?
Yeah, I mean, I think we had a great non-conference, so we're excited to, start Big East play 2-0. But, I think it just goes back to, the standards we set, following the end of last season and in the summer and the fall, and how hard we've been working. So we're excited to see all of that, paying off, and you're just hoping to continue that as the year goes along.
What were those standards that you set?
I think coming in every day and just working as hard as you could. I think
starting conditioning last spring, we knew we wouldn't be the most conditioned team out there every single day. We really wanted to work on some of our weaknesses individually, and then coming together and, switch up kind of some of the things that we were doing defensively and making that a focus for us coming into our games, and then offensively just doing what we do every day.
Those 2 games were road games that you won this weekend. So how does a road sweep in the Big East set the precedent for what's to come of this team in conference play?
Yeah, I think we're an experienced team. We start 3 seniors and 2 juniors, so I think having that experience, and we've been through this, the Big East season is a grind, but we know that we're very capable of going on the road and getting 2 wins in a weekend. So, I think knowing we're confident in that and our experience and, how much growth we've had over the last couple of years.
With all of that experience, there's a lot of chemistry on your team, too. How would you describe the chemistry amongst yourselves?
I think right now, it's just really fun. We're all trying to keep it really light. We're really close with each other. The locker room's a lot of fun right now. Obviously winning helps that a lot, but it's just a fun environment to be around. And I think, it's one of the first times that everyone on our team has clicked really well. So we're just excited in the direction that we're going and to have fun with each other every single day.
Who on the team keeps it the lightest?
Oh, I'd say probably Kat Strong. She's pretty much clowns around a lot, but she knows when to take it seriously too. But she's fun to have around.
We actually have quite a few characters.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's a fun atmosphere, and I think one thing that's really helped our success is we're just really invested in each other, and I don't know. I just think when everyone cares about everyone, and you're so happy to see Tori score 20 or Michelle score 20 or whatever, as long as we get the win at the end of the night, it's a happy locker room for sure.
Coach Godlewski talked a lot about your defense after these past 2 wins specifically, saying you guys really dug in. How would you describe the defensive effort that you've been putting into?
Yeah, I think that's really kind of what we focused on the whole offseason. We knew that was where we were going to have to dig in. A lot of times we can score on people, but it's if we can get stops, and that's really kind of what sets our pace for our offense. So, being able to dig in and get stops is really important.